Good evening and welcome to the Talkie Tuesday Winters live stream with here a very special guest, James from marchofwar.co.uk. Say hi, James.
Hi, James.
And thank you, Heresy Squad, for already gifting a membership. I feel like the title is quite clickbaity because I put a very special guest.
I am very special, mate.
Rather than just a guest.
Yeah. I'm very special.
But I see, look, Otto said hi.
Hi.
I don't know who Otto is. Hi, see, look. And Adam saying hi.
Hello.
People are saying hi.
Hi.
And Greg Shimonim is saying hi. And just Craig, the two most handsome gents in Heresy. What a stream. Thanks for that. Where are the two most handsome dressed? I want to look at that stream.
Are they behind us somewhere?
Where is that stream? Jaffin says hi. I don't even know how to say that now. I wasn't the guest. I knew it was clickbait. Yeah, I mean, Blood Buffalo's from Buffalo.
Is he?
Yeah, in America, where they're all bison, not buffaloes.
Right.
And where his team didn't get to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
But his quarterback did win the MVP this year.
Okay.
He's an absolute beast. So welcome to this Talkie Tuesday live stream. I hope you watched Blood Buffalo. I saw the platter that you had out, the Super Bowl platter. And your nacho dish with the jalapeno, I'll show you a picture. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now.
See this.
This dish was amazing. Anyway, tell them.
Did they do them to mail order?
Tell them what. Yeah, can you send one over?
Can we have one now? Tell
them why are you
why
here?
Am I here? Because I've been roped into filming again. Obviously, we've come down to film, haven't we? We've been heresizing today, and we're heresizing tomorrow.
Yes.
In all the kinds of heresy fun.
We're doing heresy. Now, are we coming across loud enough? Because I think...
We've spread out a bit.
I don't think it was me. Haha, don't watch the Super Bowl out of sadness. It was a great Super Bowl, man. I love that one. I can't... Oh, Booze and Food. It's in Booze and Food on the Winters SEO Discord. It's not in Booze and Food.
He's lost it.
I've lost it.
You're going to have to send it me later. Come and talk to your people.
Send me the thing again. About the thing again. Look, we're getting viewers...
And then now they've stopped looking.
And now they're tailing off when they realise that
you're just looking through your phone for photos of food, yeah.
And maybe I should have just put a guest.
No, I'm special.
You are special. So, yeah.
Are we allowed to tell them what we've been playing today?
Yes.
What armies? We're allowed to talk about what armies we've been playing today?
Yes.
So I got to play my new Alpha Legion that I was painting at King in the North that weren't painted at the start of King in the North, and I've now got, 5.5k painted.
When was King in the North?
3
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
So in 2 weeks you've painted how much?
I've got about 5.5k done now, and there's 10k in my. I built a list. I did a thing. I'm gonna do a There's 10k in that. That's it. I'm done. Because contrary to what you say, 10k is the perfect amount for an army to be.
5k.
No,
that's the
half
perfect
an army.
amount.
Half an army.
Because 5k means that you can have two good rights of war with two completely different looks, and then you can blend them together. Just because you've got 10k of militia little tanks and 10,000.
Yeah, but 10k of militia little tanks is like 30k of anything else.
Blood Buffalo just finished the Alfarius Primarch book, 10 out of 10. Have you read that one?
Which is that the Heresy one? Yes, very good.
The three Primarch books that I recommend that you read from the Heresy series, no matter what, are Constantine, Birth of the Imperium.
Yeah.
Alfarius and Kurz, the Night Lords one.
The Kurz one is good.
And you should do Constantine before you do Alfarius, because those two books deal... Half of the Alfarius book is before the Empire has started, and Constantine... Have you done them?
Very interesting, yes, yeah.
Have you... I haven't actually ever asked you. Have you done the whole
So I've done the whole Heresy 50 books. I've got them on audiobook. So I literally just... that used to be when I was at work, just sitting smashing through them while I was mowing lawns and stuff.
Work?
And, when I used to work.
Yeah.
Now I just play and paint models and do stuff and say things.
You like the Khan's book as well. That one's okay.
I liked the Dark Angels one, which is quite controversial.
The Dark Angels one is quite good because they unleash the Dreadwing, prescribed pre-heresy technology, which only
proper dark eradication of everybody.
Yeah.
But I just enjoyed all of that early bit of the Dark Angels in the whole series when they were with Zahariel and his brother and all that. Zahariel. Zahariel. And all of that and the finding of
Cypher.
Yeah. And Cypher, yeah, exactly. And I'm not a huge Dark Angels fan, but I did enjoy that book, that collection of the early one. There's 3, is there 4?
Just Craig started White Scars. Why have you started White Scars? You're supposed to be doing Alpha Legion, just Craig, on top of your Ultramarines and your knights and the things. He was supposed to be doing Alpha Legion.
I beat him to it.
He's beaten into, but your Alpha Legion, the pictures of his Alpha Legion are really pretty.
Are they
with
nice?
The half and half.
But I've got half and half. My Galvorback are half and half.
Your Galvorback do look pretty. I concede to you.
Yeah.
Galvorback. Dark Angels are the best and first. Discuss.
Best. Yeah, best traitors. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely the best traitors.
50% of that is true. They're first, but they weren't first because Lupercal was the first found, but he wasn't the first found either.
No,
Spoiler.
I was going to say Alpharius.
Yeah. So they weren't the first and best. Dark Angels the best.
I started trying to do Dark Angels for one of my early second edition Heresy armies, and I just got so brain melted with this. They make the Alpha Legion look easy. They have rules for their rules with rules. You add rules to the rules and then choose a house and put some rules in it. They have so many rules.
I like it because they've got many different rites of wars.
They do, definitely.
They are the template about which the other legions are built. If you look at the rite of wars, there's like a White Scars one. Yeah. There's like an Imperial Fists one. There's like a full-on assault one. You can see that before the legions were legions, they were trying out the templates on the first legion first.
There's a lot of them as well.
And there's a lot of them, and
I find it probably worked. I think the problem was at the beginning for me was because when we were discussing some of this about earlier, weren't we, with our early days of Heresy and what we were putting in lists and not quite understanding where we should go and what we should do. And I think that was probably where I went wrong with the Dark Angels, because it was probably not the one to do first, because they've got a lot of rules.
Lately, I've been a bit confused about the 30k second ed rules. Do units in transports count as on the battlefield?
I don't know. It depends. No, they don't, because they can't use their abilities.
In all cases, no.
There you go.
They are not on the battlefield.
Unless they are.
No. If you're in a transport, you cannot be interacted with in any way, and you can't interact out in any way in Heresy.
There you go.
They are not there.
So your stuff, if you've got abilities, they're not active, basically.
Correct.
Right, fair enough.
Unless you've got like a warlord trait, because warlord traits are while your warlord's alive, but if they abilities, that unit doesn't exist while it's inside a transport.
Right.
So James from marchofwar.co.uk. What he does is, it's a long way down from him. So this is a bit of peek behind the camera for you guys. But why do they specify they can't shoot? Because they're not there. They can't shoot in a transport because they're not there. Hi James, who's this funny bloke beside me? Hi, I'm Winters, SEO. So what it is James comes down from a long way. He comes from the north.
It's not really the north, but it's the north to him.
It's the north, okay. And it's a long way down. So what we've decided is it's easier for James to come down and then play a game and then stay the night at the hotel thing, and then come the next day, film the second day, and then go home.
Yeah, it's also because he won't get up in the morning. So when we were doing 1 days, I used to leave my house at like 5 in the morning, which meant I could beat all the rush hour traffic and get here for 8 o'clock in the morning. But somebody doesn't like to get up at 8 o'clock in the day. It turns out there isn't 2 8 o'clocks in the day in the winter's timetable.
8 o'clock, man. I did shift work for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't believe him. There's no way he did.
I used to get up at 5. I'm not.
5.
So,
but as a result, because it is a horrendous drive in both directions through Birmingham and things, it's a naff drive to do twice. So it does make sense to come down. I gets a lazy start. We turn up, we chill, we play some games.
Yeah.
I go DOS in a hotel, come back, play some more games.
Yeah. So, hello Sullivan Gilbert, and thank you Winter Wizard for your donation. Absolutely. Kerr's book is incredible, read 5 times. Keep it frosty. Thank you for your donation. Nice. Yes, the 3 books that you must read in the Primax series are Kerr's, just like Winter Wizard says. Incredible.
I got sandwiches.
Yeah, so we fed him. So he comes down, behind the scenes, comes down. You had bacon butties today.
Yeah.
We did a battle report for the first time with your Alpha Legion army.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you, Sam Nash, for your member for 37 months. I fed him. Cat fed him.
Been fed.
Bacon butties. You've had the bacon butties as well, you know.
I've had bacon butties. I got little, not cinnamon, what were the chocolate, gingerbread biscuit things with apricot jam in and also I've been well taken care of today.
So we do that. We film a thing and then we film another one. So the 2, like for example, if you guys saw the last 2 militia ones with James in, which I split out over about 6 weeks or 8 weeks apart.
Yeah, there was the one with the termites and the one with the... What was the one before it?
We did
termites with the planes on the table.
Tanks.
Tank
the first time with the militia it was just hundreds of infantry.
Yeah.
And then we did tanks, then we did termites. They were actually filmed within 24 hours of each other.
Yeah.
But the idea is to split them up a bit so that you guys get that content over a period of time, not James then James again.
Yeah.
And also you get basically advertising. You get me shouting about how awesome matchwar.co.uk is and where you can get all the bits from.
Yeah.
Over a period of time, so it makes it better for you.
Mutually beneficial.
So you're seeing this now on a live stream, and you'll behind the
11th.
scenes. You'll see, I mean, on the now you. I don't know when the first video is coming up, or the second one's coming up, but
some point in the next 3 months.
Some point in the next 3 months.
Hopefully, unless we mess it up really badly and then he can't release it, like my Dark Angels video we did. Oh, we didn't mess that up, did we? They FAQ'd us like 3 days after we filmed it.
What was that?
You know, my Punisher Legion, the 40k game we did with my Desert Tan Punisher Legion.
Yes.
We did a game and it was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
And literally 3 days after we played it, they did an FAQ and changed everything.
That's happened twice.
Yeah.
So the thing about doing film on 40k is the I film a couple of weeks in advance, but I can't go more than a couple of weeks in advance of 40k because they change it all the time. That's happened to Warsmith Chris as well.
Yeah, it wasn't even a little bit. They like because we went through it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're like the whole game's different. It's not even a little. Like the points were hugely different.
Yeah.
I ended up. I should have had like 700-800 points extra of stuff on the tape because it was just when they did that massive slash at the end of 9th.
Yeah.
And Marine armies gained like 800 points extra on a 2k list. It was,
and they changed. They changed so many things like Bolt of Discipline. They changed the thing with the charging in. They
and
changed.
The Terminator, the Dark Angel Terminators that used to be able to do the stand on the objective, get the thing, and have loads of additional buffs, and they changed how that worked at that point as well, which it basically made the whole list make no sense, be completely wrong, and the points were a country mile out.
Almost every mechanic was screwed.
Yeah.
That happened with Warsmith Chris as well. Almost every mechanic is screwed. Now, there has been a couple of back reports that I have put up which have been slightly screwed after the change, which was filmed before. I've done that a couple of... But that's one of the glorious things about Heresy is
it's still pretty much. Well, we were arguing over how a rule was written, weren't we, in the Hereticus book?
We were.
So we were reading the Alpha Legion Rite of War, which is the multi-coils of the Hydra one.
That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah, that sort of one. And it lets you bring 3 of the treachery units. So I can bring 3 units from another army. And the way we were reading the negatives at the bottom, it basically said that you had to choose 3 non-treachery units, and they have to deploy in Deep Strike. And we were saying, well, I see it as it's those 3, and you were viewing it as it's all of them. So let's look in the FAQs. The FAQ for the Heresy traitor book is 3 A4 pages.
And that's it.
That's it. The entire book. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's the normal Legion guys that are at the front. That is 8 Legion, 9 Legions of traitors. All the psychic shenanigans. Which, when you look, one whole page of it is the errata on the psychic shenanigans at the end. It's all that gets changed, all the way the Thousand Suns stuff, into which units count as psychic units and things like that. And
I think it's a good. See,
it's good. They got it pretty close.
The points and the rules haven't changed in 2.5 years. Haven't changed, and in 40k they change every 2 minutes. So I can sit on this one for a while.
Yeah.
Or the second one that we're going to film tomorrow.
As long as nobody releases the 3rd edition.
3rd edition isn't coming this year. 3rd edition. This Heresy is such a fantastic success. You can't buy anything for Heresy.
No, it's all out of stock all the time.
Thank you, Servo Skull, for gifting a membership. Thank you very much. Absolute legend. It's out of stock all the time. Whereas But 40k is the FOMO thing. Have you got a 40k army now?
I've still got all my 40k armies. I sold very few of them.
Right.
I am actually debating getting rid of my Tyranids at the moment, which is like a real gut wrench for me.
Why?
So they've changed the Termagants, they've changed the Hormagants, and all of my Termagants. Oh, I've got like 2 or 3 of the Leviathan box, but I've got 300 Termagants, and they're all now the old shape ones. They're on the wrong size bases, but I can deal with that. But they're now the old ones. What happens when the next thing... You know what I mean? The Biovores, I'm using the 2 generations before Biovores.
Yeah.
And now we're now no longer using the middle ones. We're now using the new weird spidery leggy ones.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we've got 3 or 4 new monsters. We've got the Norn Emissary and those sort of things.
People love the retro armies, though.
They do, and I'm not going to get rid of all of it.
How many points you got?
Tons. That is literally 40,000 plus points.
I'll take it off your hands.
Yeah,
for free.
No, it's not for free. This is the other thing. I like my Heresy toys at the moment. And if I sell some of my 40k stuff, I can buy another. At the moment, I am out of space. Even with my new workshop, I am out of space for storing armies. I've just done the Alpha Legion, and I'm like, it fits in 7 boxes. It's not being any bigger. It can't be any bigger. It needs to stay in 7 boxes.
40,000 points.
Yeah, at least. Then there's 3 Hierophants. There's 2 of the big flying Titan bird ones. Harridans. But then the 2 different Hierodules, yes. I've got 13 or 14 of them.
You have a problem, you know that. You can't collect.
Yeah, no, you see, this is... I was having this, it was somebody at King in the North the other day.
You can't collect just a few thousand points.
Because I wanted
just
the
a waffer thing.
But also, like, when you look, when they came out, when those Hierodules came out, they were 36 quid at Forge World.
36 quid?
36 quid for a Titanic unit. And I used to go to Forge, because back in the day, when the staff used to drink in Bugman's, and Bugman's was where all the guys after work, everyone used to pile in there. Yep. It was a proper nerd fest.
Yeah.
And I'd go in there 2 or 3 nights a week, after work, just bob in, chill out, have a few beers. Oh, I'm a bit drunk now, I'll go into Forge World, which doesn't close till 8, and go and spend 30-something quid on a Hierodule.
Yeah.
And like the Dimacharians were sub 30 quid. I think they were like £28 when I've got 3 of them. I bought 2 of them when they were sub 30 quid. Weirdly, my most expensive Tyranid unit is those, the flying Ripper Swarms.
Right.
So they're Ripper Swarms with wings. And in a pack...
They were so cute.
They were beautiful, but even when they first came out, they were 26, 27 quid.
Yeah.
For 3 bases of... You got a 40mm base, 2 or 3 pieces of wire, and each wire had 1 Ripper Swarm on it. So a swarm was maybe 3 on a 40mm base. So I bought 1, and I was like, they look all right. But I then went and bought 3 sets of them, and glued them together like wingtip to wingtip and stuff, so they look like a swarm. You can imagine them tearing a marine to pieces.
Are you the reason why Forge World is so successful, that it's all going to plastic and they're shutting it down?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
people hanging out there 3 times a week, every week, doing things.
But my 3 bases of flying Ripper Swarms was 3 nearly 30 quid boxes of models, so they were 90 quid.
Yeah.
And they were 11 points a base. They were 33 points. For 3 bases of Ripper Swarms, it cost me 90 quid.
And now how much? Now, like, the super heavy tanks for Space Marines are like £300.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when they were 50 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
Blood Buffalo, thank you for your donation. He's trying to parlay his wife and kids with their love of Harry Potter and Great British Baking Shows to come to the UK to see Warhammer World, Soccer and the Loft. There is no loft. It isn't soccer. Warhammer World is worth visiting.
Warhammer World's well worth visiting.
It is It's a massive store.
It is cool, and the museum's fantastic.
Yes.
I even now. I had a bit of a couple of years ago. I got a bit where I was like, I'm sick of this. I've walked around. I got a lot of new people on the scene, and everyone was like, let's go to Warhammer World and walk around the museum. And I was going like every couple of weeks. And by the end, I was like, I've looked at those Krieg already. I'm bored. I'm done. I'm off. But like we went the other day, and I was still an hour plus walking around it.
He lives close by.
I do. I'm literally like 20 minutes drive from Warhammer World.
It's sickening.
We used to just go for lunch. We'd just bob in, go and walk around. And...
Yeah. I mean, I've met you at Warhammer World to play games at Warhammer World with you. Like, I do like to get up there a couple of times a year.
Yeah, the tables are always disappointing. They've got a couple of really nice ones, and they've got a lot of such naff ones.
They've got
the Titan nice table, which really you end up running round and just playing let's ring around the Titan.
Yeah.
There's that amazing... There's one that's like... It's about, 3 foot deep,
with
Mechanicum trenches with the pipes and balconies. And we did a 2,000 point Heresy game on there with jump packs. And it was ridiculous. You were just jumping around all day.
Last time I was up there, we went up there with the SEOs. So we had 4 of us, and we had 1,500 points each with all the jump. We purposely... Because it's hard to play on.
It's so nuts to play on.
But it looked epic with all this stuff flying over the top. And
there's that big trench board with the big bridges on it. Yeah. That's really good. But I mean, it's only shallow texture, but it's really nicely done.
That's good for Titans. Yeah. I did a 20,000 point game on that one with Titans, and everything died.
Sweet.
And Primarchs. That was Heresy 1.0 with the guys from Geeks Wargaming. The Hobo, thank you for your 25 months. You need to get my full 30k of Death Guard on the table one time. I need a bigger table.
Who's that? Is that Mortarion or?
That's because he's got a huge.
Is it Mortarion's talking? I can't see where his name is.
The Hobo. I think.
It is Hobo.
Yeah.
I can't decide.
Hi, young king. How you doing, son? Tables on the look. We get spoiled by Winter's tables.
We do. Oh,
we get spoiled by Winter's tables because you make the things to go on the tables.
Yeah. And I've got a table at home now. Well, not at home, at my new unit. So I have finally taken business premises, and the first and most important thing was to make sure that the packing table is 4 foot by 10 foot, so that I can now play games at home.
You're not running your business off your dining room table.
I'm
anymore.
not running my business. Well, it was a cottage business, and it was in my cottage.
You're doing it in the thing next door with your wife next door.
Well, no, we're down we've got a proper unit. We're out of the house. We actually have to travel to go to work now.
But it hasn't got any scenery to put on the table
because you've got it all. Yeah.
So you're robbing some of the scenery.
I'm taking the things you've finished with
back, so you can play on the table on the thing. Yeah. I'd like to think though that the awesome scenery that you make, I'd like to think that there's a joint effort. I'd like to think that you do all the hard work. Okay, you do all the moulding, you do all the designing, maybe not a joint effort, maybe at least a 90-10% effort, because 90% of it's me with the ideas.
You have had some good ideas in the past. I was like,
we need this and we need that and it needs to have a thing and then you go away and design it and says, what does this look like? And I go, that's awesome, I'll have 5 please.
Exactly. But I think that's kind of nice with the way that I run the business anyway. If I was saying that with my Alpha Legion, I'm doing Alpha Legion at the moment. There's a reason there is 4 different Alpha Legion shoulder pad decals on the website. Why? And there is, because I was doing Alpha Legion, and there's 3 different shields for Alpha Legion at the moment, and there's specific Alpha Legion combat weapons because I needed them. They're mine. I want them.
It's like when I was doing Iron Hands. I went on your website and I was like, you don't have any. I need this and I need this and I need this. And they got the craggy things. You got the things. You got the shields. You got the stuff. You got the googly eyes. You got the arms.
Mecha tendrils.
You did servo arms, and I said I wanted bigger servo arms. So we
did that. And this is nice because it's like the problem is I could just sculpt stuff forever.
And today I said,
if anyone wants
when you come down, I need 40 Terminator bases and 40 standard bases. And I only got...
You got half. 50-50. I forgot to bring him his 32mm bases. However, Sarah put them in the post today, and there is a chance they will be here tomorrow before I leave, so that'd be funny.
I need some more bases, bro.
Yeah, you've got more bases.
Your business started on bases.
It was.
Bases are your bread and butter.
Bread and faces. Bases and faces.
Yeah. What is the most efficient way to acquire several tables worth of terrain? Says Wrath of Constantine.
A what kind of table of terrain?
What's the most efficient way?
I mean, get good at building it.
The efficient way is
improvise stuff, make things.
Do it yourself, but that is really time heavy.
It is. It depends how much you value your time. That's a really serious... if you were just wanting random usable terrain, one thing that works really well is we need jump packs, please. Yes, you do. We do need jump packs, yes.
Have you crafted any jump packs?
I've made some, they are... I would call them...
Assault packs.
Iron armour looking ones. They aren't as sleek as the Mark 6s. They are the more chunky, big... brutalist looking, the old style shape.
Are they on your website?
They're not yet, no, because they're not finished. They don't exist yet.
So when will they be on the website?
I don't know, next few weeks.
So check marchofwar.co.uk in the next few weeks.
And poke me.
And write a message. See, this is the thing. We'll get back to the terrain thing. This is the thing that people don't realise is if you poke the guy on the messages on his website, he will do the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you need a thing and you can't find it on there,
shout me. Yeah, Triple D was after chainswords without hands, and he's asked me twice, and then he actually sent me a message, and I just message did it. Chainswords without hands
to the sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they're on there.
So that was a thing.
Efficient way to do tables.
So back in the day of poor hobbying style. I liked using polystyrene out of random boxes of things. Polystyrene, but you get the stuff that comes in like a dishwasher, a washing machine, or packs of TV or any of that sort of stuff, because it's weird shapes. It's a round thing with a circle and a bit and 3 square lumps that run down the right hand side to hold it flat in the box.
I've still got that, as well as the layered stuff that I've done. Yeah. I've still got some of the old stuff. Polystyrene is very efficient.
It's very cheap, very efficient. It's quite easy to work with. It's quite easy to melt if you spray paint it.
PVA the crap out of it. Yeah. Drop sand all over it. Yeah. Spray.
Yeah, definitely.
But you need to PVA it, otherwise it will melt.
Yeah. Well, however, I did some amazing Tyranid terrain back in the day by melting a load of it by accident, and it got like stringy pod looking bits. It also gassed us out. Like, I mean, I was doing it with my mum. It was that long ago. It was like when we were kids, and
got really high
melting polystyrene. Yeah, but it made good terrain. But
how about some Phoenician helmets?
I haven't done many of the helmets. I did fairly plain helmets.
You did the googly eye helmets for the ones.
I've done hooded ones.
Did you shrink them down by 10%?
I have gone down by 10%. They are currently 10% smaller because he couldn't fit them in the hole.
Yeah, sometimes the helmet is too big to fit in the hole. Phoenician looking ones is a good shout. There should be like a helmet range.
There should.
Because you've got like a weapon accessory range. Yeah. Then just everything other bits range.
So I'm getting now, because this is the other thing, that it's like, when we only had half a dozen of each thing, it was very difficult to categorise. There is now a guns section. There is now a close combat weapon section. There is now a head section. There is now an arms section. You know what I mean? I have enough of my own sculpts of things to actually have sections of things.
Okay.
But heads, now I've done, I would call them Space Viking heads. Beards,
Viking heads.
Plaits, that sort of crazy bear heads, not
Space
bear.
Viking heads, googly
I've done those ones.
Heads,
yeah,
Phoenician
I've done
heads.
the hooded ones. I did hooded ones with no heads inside them, so they're empty hooded heads. So they look a bit spooky.
Nice.
Someone was doing
spooky
Diablo.
Head.
So somebody poked me. I can't even remember who it was. Sorry, whoever it was. But they wanted them for Diablo-inspired Stormcast Eternals.
Right.
And they were literally empty hoods that fitted into Stormcast Eternals, but they're literally the same mounting system as Space Marines. So they are. There's some of my Alpha Legion.
You want heads? Go on the watchwar.co.uk website and write Phoenician heads.
Or jump in the Discord and bounce me a message.
And they'll pop up in a couple of weeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Wrath of Constantine is not happy with the Polystyrene Hills answer.
No.
No,
not necessarily hills.
What about city buildings, he says? Efficient, cheap city buildings.
I hate to say MDF stuff. It's gross and it breaks easily and it's a bit of a pig to make it look good. But if you want cheap, it's that old question of it's like cheap, good and strong. Pick 2 of them. You can't have 3, and whichever one you choose, it accesses the other ones. So
3D printer ? 3D printers.
Yes.
2 things about 3D printers. 1, buying them and setting them up in the resin, particularly if you want lots of terrain, isn't as cheap as you think it is. 2, it becomes a hobby in itself, and it's another time.
They're not plug and play. They're not just a printer. There's very few where you can just go, I bought a printer. It's going to print forever consistently.
Yes. How many do you have?
I've got like 25, 30.
Right.
I've got loads, and actually of the 25 at the moment, there's 3 don't work.
Yes.
Like there's a reason I have redundancy built in.
Yes. But cleaning them, maintaining them, and the resin
everything. And it's smelly and it's sticky.
And they're cancerous, poisonous death. Do you wear the mask and things?
I wear masks. I've got extractors in there. I've got air purifiers, all the gubbins. If you were looking, like, I know Just Craig does a lot of the filament printing stuff. And that's a good option. Like, if you only need a bit for yourself, it's an option. You know what I mean? Buy yourself a couple £100 3D printer. And you can probably, if you buy something that's self-leveling and that sort of thing, you can consistently print enough to get more than a couple of £100 worth of terrain.
Yeah.
But at some point, that printer's going to let you down, and then you're going to get angry with it. But how much is a few £100 worth of terrain? You know, you don't get that much terrain for a couple of £100, even in MDF. So,
what would you recommend as a good? So here's a good thing. You do the 3D printers. If people are interested in 3D printing, is there any particular things they should be looking for when it comes to 3D printers? Any models, any words, keywords? You said self-leveling there. What should be people looking for if they want a 3D print?
The filament ones.
Filament ones?
So filament ones are plastic printers, and the nice thing with those is the filament is cheap. You're like £15 a roll, and you'll make a lot of stuff out of £15 worth of roll. It's just they are very slow to print. Like a big print. You remember those really nice hills that just Craig had?
Yes.
The ones that all click together and all that. They're
yes.
beautiful looking hills.
Yes.
Some of those are like 40-hour prints.
Are they?
They literally just sat drawing layer after layer.
But he did me a whole set.
Yeah, so he's very kind. Yeah.
That must have taken him months.
Weeks at least. There's some time and effort gone into those.
Thanks, just Craig.
Yeah, there's some serious effort gone into those because I was looking at making I got the same set of files and I was looking at doing them for mine at the unit at my officey thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I can be bothered to do it. There's a lot of time of 3D printers running.
So what are people looking for in a good 3D printer entry level?
Again, if you want filaments. I've got a couple of Anycubic Vipers, which are nice. They're a couple of £100.
Cubic Vipers?
Anycubic.
Are they a make?
So Anycubic is the brand, the Viper is the model.
Right.
They will print most small stuff that we need. They're good, consistent, they're serviceable. So again, if you do get into keeping it, they're worth keeping. Sorry, someone's just flashed up a 3D printing comment. So I like them. I'm trying to remember what just Craig's got. I think he had a bamboo. They were good.
Okay.
There's again, it's a hobby in its own right. There's so many, and they're always changing. I mean, my resin printers, whilst being really, really high quality and high grade, are outdated by the standard of domestic printers. But the advantage with mine is that they are industrial printers. So although the domestic stuff is catching up, the domestic stuff is made of chocolate. They're naff. They will not last.
Right.
Like, I've been printing on mine for 6 years.
Right.
And I've had to upgrade things along the way to keep them, But like some of the new stuff now, you're getting 10-inch screens, 16K, tilt bed resin printers. They're printing fast. They're printing ridiculously. You can literally print so fine. You can print a cutting edge of a knife. You can print down to the microns fine enough that you don't have to hone it.
So a cut.
It will literally cut on the print.
You can print
now
down something sharp enough
to cut,
to stab a penguin.
Yeah. I mean, not even just stab it. I mean, you could stab a penguin with a pencil and you wouldn't call it sharp. You could literally slice a penguin. You could slice bits off a penguin. Skin a penguin with a printed knife. It's frightening. Yeah, they're
penguins
nuts.
out there, beware. Okay, 3D printer. Right.
Yeah.
So, did the technology for 3D printers move as quickly as like computers, or is it around that speed?
There's always new stuff, and because everybody they're trying to sell you the next thing, aren't they? If they sold you the best printer 10 years ago and it lasts forever, they'd never sell you another one, would they?
No.
So they keep trickling the technology out and picking up better qualities and pushing the resolutions and and some of it is fad and gimmick. You know what I mean? I've got
fad and gimmick,
like faddy. I've got to have the newest printer. These new ones are 16K screens. I've got some small 4K screens that will print as well as these new 16K ones.
The Eternal Crusader recommends the Saturn IV Ultra.
Saturn IV Ultra is nice, yeah. So they're the new ones, aren't they? Is that got the tilt bed on it?
He's never had a problem yet.
Yeah.
Red Richmond, as someone who relates to penguins, that's terrifying. So, I love penguins. Couldn't eat a whole one, but we do like penguins.
We could have a go, couldn't we?
Shape of a rugby ball. You can punt them a long way as well. There's an Elego Mars 3 Pro 4K, but looking to get an 8/10K soon.
I was gonna say, so the bigger screens on the 4Ks, I always find they were a little bit blocky. They weren't quite as they were fine. But like the 8Ks, I think that's as far as they needed to go. The 8Ks are smooth. You are at that getting ridiculous results. So.
Yes, tilt bed on the Saturn IV Ultra.
Yeah, it's very nice, very fast. I actually have a trade account with them, and I was debating stocking them.
The Saturn IV Ultra 16K has a heated vat.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry too much about keeping it in a warm room. And they do now have extractors and filters and things built in to make them not poison you quite as badly. Although I would question that if you were putting it in your bedroom or something. I probably wouldn't.
The penguin for slashing is the chocolate penguin. Slash open the wrapper. Gorgeous. Totally. Styrofoam or insulation foam can be hot iron formed as mountains or ruins, which is done for cheap. Choosing better resin made the biggest difference to print success. Yeah. Different resin for different print success?
Loads of different resins.
Surely resin's resin?
No, because it's made of different stuff.
But resin's made of resin.
I don't know. No, because it has suspensions in it, and it there's lots and lots of stuff to think about with resin quality, and the problem then is it's like the trade off of what they cure like, because you get harder resins, you get flexible resins.
Is there different costs in resins?
Yeah.
Is there big different costs?
There is massive different costs. Yeah.
This is a whole. You see, guys, what I stick by is this mantra. Okay, this is the mantra. 3D printing is a whole new hobby in itself. You do not need a 3D printer. You need a friend who has a 3D printer.
Who wants to do it, yeah.
That's all you need. And then you poke your friend who has a 3D printer and say, please print me the things. More stuff. And they print you the things.
They have.
One of the things about this hobby that it doesn't say on the box art, like when you have these, or when the Warhammer is dropped, it says, you need the scenery, you need the dice.
Yeah.
The one thing it never says, which is also essential, is you need a friend.
You do need a friend. You always need a friend.
You need a friend to play the hobby.
You can solo hammer it.
You can solo hammer it?
Paul did some solo hammer, didn't he, over COVID?
I played with myself over COVID with yourself, as well. But
it was nice to get back to playing with other people, wasn't it?
I prefer playing with other people than playing with myself.
Yeah.
When I play with myself, my wrists hurt. Too much dice rolling.
And you get competitive with yourself and start like fighting with yourself in the corner of the room.
It's hard to cheat against yourself as well. Normally I start cheating around turn 3 or sometimes turn 2.
Yeah.
But if I'm cheating with myself, then I find out that I'm cheating with myself.
And then
I turn my aimbot on and my wall hacks around the end of turn 3. If I need to, I'm like in there.
Sneaking it in.
Plug in the Chronos, all that stuff. I have printed wings for the new Sanguinary Guard, Power Spears, Blade Guard, Shoulder Mounted Plan. It's created nice. Okay, good.
There was some really nice sculpts done for the new Blood Angel stuff.
Jason Hammond regularly plays with himself.
Solo hammer regularly. Ooh.
Yeah, that's good. When I drop my little squig off on the floor at your house, it was naff and very brittle resin and it broke. Sullivan Gilbert, I do remember you dropping the little squig off on the floor. It was a sad day.
They do it. Some of those resins explode when you drop them. Day. They really do go well.
You say there that the Mechanicum book needs a slate because some of the models don't even have an official release date in the Mechanicum book. Look, in this book here, you say the Mechanicum book. I'm going to show you. This is how crazy Horus Heresy is. This is the Legion Rapier battery.
Still can't get
them. It's not only, like you go to the Horus Heresy website and it's out of stock. Gone, no. These don't even exist.
Which does give me hope that they might be coming.
Website. Don't exist at all.
See, I wondered if they were going to do them as part of the Krieg army and make them as a kit that builds the rapiers and then do crew kits for them so that they could do a Krieg kit.
Do you know how popular they are?
Oh, Legion Rapier they're great. Yeah, they're really good.
Legion Rapier teams, they did the Krieg heavy weapon sprue, which is coming out, and I did a short on it recently. And it's got a last. You could no, you couldn't use it as the late rapier.
No, you couldn't. But I wondered if they were going to. That was my thought when they disappeared, like last year, or when we were looking for them and they weren't there. I wondered if that was why. I wondered if they were going to do a multi-purpose one. Although they seem less bothered about doing multi-purpose stuff anymore.
Yeah, and like the Arlax Battle Automata in the Mechanicum book.
Is that the jump pack?
Get that one? Yes. There's never been a model.
I may have put one together of those.
There's never been a model of that.
I sculpted one for somebody.
There's never been a model of the Mechanicum Inquisitor who tracks down Heretics. She's a HQ option with 2 wounds, and they've released that now.
Right, okay, cool.
Have you seen the model? The she with her cyber familiar? She's a she.
No, missed that.
The thing about the lore for they're not Inquisitors, but they're a branch of the AdMech that track down and eliminate tech heretics. Heretics. And they're supposed to be really super highly modified because they're absolute badasses. It doesn't matter if you're a Forge Lord, if this thing is coming for you and wants to kill you, it will kill you. And I love the model. She's slender, she's cool, she's got the thing, and she looks cool, but doesn't look like
a heretic hunter.
It should look big and not human.
Like Scoria.
And
Scoria.
Like
maybe
Scoria.
Not quite as Scoria, but nearly. So someone was saying, why isn't there a Terminator Tech Marine?
Why isn't there a Terminator Tech Marine?
Can everybody take the Forge Fathery one, or is that a specific Iron Hand one?
Yeah, so as a centurion, you can bring you can pick a centurion in Cataphracti, a centurion in Tartarus Terminator, and one of the upgrades is Forge Lord.
Forge Lord, isn't it? Yeah. And so that's basically the equivalent of a Tech Marine Terminator, in the same way that the Apothecary one is called the
Primaris Medicae.
Primaris Medicae, yes. So that's an Apothecary in Terminator armor that you can then attach to command squads and Terminators.
So in Heresy there is, in 40k there isn't, and there should be in both.
Maybe they meant it.
There should be in both.
Oh, it's Stranger. Hey, Stranger.
They should be in both. The characters, we don't have enough lieutenants, for example.
We totally need more Space Marine lieutenants.
We need a lieutenant on a bike. We need a lieutenant with a jump pack.
Just another plain one, standing, pointing a gun at a dead orc on the floor. That's all we need. On a rock, yeah.
There should be characters in all the kits and all the things for all the stuff.
I was quite excited when they first started releasing, like, the have I scuffled away? I've scuffled away. When they first released the... What are the sneaky Primaris Marines called? Inceptors and Incursors and that sort of thing. They did a lieutenant in that same set of armour, and I really liked that.
Very small stones? Pardon? A duck. Who are you in so wise in the ways of science? It's I, Arthur, King of the Britons. What are you talking about?
Talking about
Thank you, Liam T.
Primaris stuff, and talking about whatever the sneaky guys are called.
Trying to avoid buying anything that isn't the current plastic scale. We'll be waiting a long time for it. Yes, I know. What? Who? A duck.
I'm done. I can't work out what I'm saying.
What was he saying?
He's made me play Alpha Legion all day and my brain is literally dribbling
James,
out my ear.
have you considered distributing some of your glorious products out to other shops?
I do trade accounts.
You just said do.
I do. do. There's a couple of shops that stock my things. Element stock my stuff, although only a fairly limited range of the bases, but they do. And I can't remember the name of I will send a link when I remember. There's a shop up in Halifax or somewhere that way that do them.
She turned me into a newt. I got better.
His brains dribbled out his ears as well. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Trade accounts is a thing. I mean, the shop window of the 21st millennium is the internet.
Yeah. And given that they can already buy it from me where I make it, it's like, I suppose, is it worth putting it elsewhere? I don't know. I'm only small. That's the other thing. It's only me and Mrs. March of War, so we're only small.
James,
yes.
Do you create custom bases? I've been trying to find a specific Black Templar base for ages and can't quite find it.
Bounce me a message and we can have a look. I'm sure we can do something.
You do.
What's he doing?
You do these bases, which would work very well.
They would work Black Templar.
What are these ones called?
They are called Ruin Sanctuary. They're all fleur-de-lis and things like that on them.
He does Ruin Sanctuary bases. You're not going to pick it up in the look at that.
Let me lean back and
some fleur-de-lis like that one.
That's a big fleur-de-lis one.
Yeah. And like that on. He does these sorts of things. That would work very well for Black Templars. But if you're looking for something very specific...
Send me a message.
Go to marchofwar.co.uk, send him a message saying I'm specifically looking for this.
And we can have a look.
And if you think it is, then you can have a look at doing it.
We can do something.
He can help you out, brother.
Yeah.
Bring out your dead.
Phobos Marines. Thank you. It's Phobos Marines we were talking about. Thank you.
I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Bring out your dead.
Phobos Marines. Oh, God.
James, the answer for sneaky Marines are Phobos.
It's Phobos Marines.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about Space Marine lieutenants, and I said I was quite excited when they released this... Lieutenant.
If you were in the military in the UK and you said lieutenant, you'd be up on a charge.
But I'm not.
Americans say lieutenant because of the French thing. Because lieutenant.
Is that because they're French Canadians?
The American Civil War was basically the 28th war between the Americans and the English.
Right.
The Americans actually, something like 10 or 20% of the forces that fought in the American Civil War were American.
Right.
The other 80% were all English and French.
Right.
And
they had lieutenants.
Lieutenant. So that's why Americans lieutenant in the English military. I know this because Sultan tells me off every single time I say lieutenant. He said if I had said that in the military, up on charges. It's lieutenant.
Is lieutenant spelt lieutenant?
Yes.
So actually, where it is like Leau, AU, that lot with all that stuff, that is still lieutenant.
Yes, but Bath is spelt Bath, but we still say Bath.
Yeah, but that's still the same word with just one letter changed. Lieutenant, spelt with all the U's and E's and stuff, isn't a left-tenant.
Well, how do you say aluminum? Because it's spelt aluminum.
It is spelt aluminum.
But it's really aluminium.
Aluminium.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about oregano? It's spelt oregano, but it's still oregano.
It is.
Yeah. But the
wow, man, this is deep.
Spelling is nothing to do... Yeah.
Don't start on spelling. I'm awful at spelling.
It's lieutenant, someone who lives in a loo. There you go. Don't forget, the Native Americans also fought in the 7 Years' War. It's the reason why Americans call the French the Indian War. I don't really know that much about American history, by the way. But that is the one thing I do know, because Sultan tells me off every time I say lieutenant.
No, we've not.
What?
Nothing.
Who?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So, welcome to this Talkie Tuesday live stream with me, your host, Winters SEO, and James from barshopwar.co.uk, who's down here for 2 days.
2 days of
to
partying.
film some Horus not partying. It's
work. This is serious work. This is business expenses, mate. We can bill this to the business.
We're at work right now.
We are. This is totally work.
This is business expenses.
It's amazing. Oh, mate, everything's business expenses.
Do you do? I don't bother.
Oh, don't you? Because I do everything.
Oh.
Well, okay, what don't you bother?
I suppose your petrol here and back is a business
accommodation.
Expense.
My breakfast this morning was once I'd left home, I needed to nip to McDonald's because I'm now away from work. So I literally, the moment I leave my house, I change my card on my phone from being my personal to my business one. And everything while I'm away gets billed to the business.
That sounds like bother.
Not really, because I just beep, 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 do it.
Right.
Yeah.
She does all the things, though.
Yeah.
So, but she doesn't do... I just... No. I don't think there's much...
But I bill all my safety gear and all that sort of things. And
safety gear?
Like, I buy boots on it because you've got to wear safety boots, haven't you? And I like proper boots.
In there?
Well, not in there, but like at my work.
I do have indoor shoes.
You do have... You see, you ought to put
These
those
are my indoor shoes.
Orthopedic indoor shoes.
Well, they were my outdoor shoes, but then I cleaned them.
Yeah,
and now I wear them indoors because you bought me a new shoe. Jackus Woods, all the way from France, has dropped a fat bag.
Excellent.
Can we put GG's in the chat for Jackus Woods?
How do I put a GG in the chat?
Not you.
Oh, okay.
All the way from France. Evening, James. Still keep pissing blue.
Oh, mate, that blue was so good.
Looking forward to seeing the bat reps, and I hope Winters is plying you with drink.
Yes.
I haven't plied him with anything except he actually made the cup of tea.
I was even sent downstairs to make the tea because he was rushing to set that table up.
That is the thing, because you were at King of the North.
I was, and we invented a drink, didn't we?
And blue drink, and
blue
you
horror.
A couple of them. The next event
Pink horror
that we're running is March of Winters 3 on June the 14th, and you're going to be there.
I am going to be there.
And we were talking about that.
Jackus Woods isn't going to be there.
Jackus Woods isn't coming. What excuse does he have for not coming to March of Winters 3?
He's getting married.
Not acceptable.
I told him he could bring the missus.
Not acceptable.
She'd love that. What a honeymoon.
He should get married at Element Games. I could officiate.
You could get yourself ordained as a minister.
Yeah.
And then you could actually be like the minister of the Warhammer choir.
If I was going to get married on a date, and Winters SEO and James from marchofwar.co.uk were doing a fun, competitive event on that day,
that'd be the day to get married, wouldn't it?
I'd skip. Yeah, that would
especially
be the day
if you
not
could,
to
you
get
could
married.
minister it.
That'd be the day to not be. I'd explain to my wife to be very simply that one of the most. There was another date more important than my wedding coming up.
Yeah,
and I would push the thing and instead do the March of Winters.
I can see you telling Kat that, and I'm sure she wanted to all stomp on it.
She knows who's in charge.
Yes, Kat is in charge.
She knows who wears the trousers.
The little cat.
Round here.
The meow cat is in charge.
I hope she can't hear this. If I say something,
the meow cat bosses.
She goes, of course, no problem.
Peanut is in charge, mate.
Have you made the tentacles yet?
I've started. They're not made, no. I started on the trophies as well. So,
right.
Because we're having special, bespoke, custom-made trophies for the event.
Yeah.
So that will be good.
And one of the games is called Touched by Tentacles.
Yeah.
So he's going to make a bunch of tentacles smashing out of a manhole cover.
Yeah.
and one of the games will be the tentacles dragging people underground and spitting them out.
Getting sucked off under the ground and then spat out everywhere.
Manhole. And then in previous events, we've herded a cat. And we've caught many cats. No cats this time. No cats. We've also played with squigs.
Yeah.
But this time, there's going to be one large squig. That's another one.
Averagely sized squig.
One averagely sized squig.
Large squig. I want a squig the size of a football.
Squig. Not squig catcher, but there's going to be a squig. And that's the objective that people need to score.
Yep.
But after the first couple of battle rounds, I get the feeling that people won't want to go anywhere near
that scoring squig.
The rules for the squigs are bonkers.
Yeah. They're going to be fun.
It's like, actually, if I stay away from the squig, I might be alive at the end of the game.
Can we get a March of Winters on the East Coast in the USA?
When are you moving?
I don't know. We don't need to move. You know what I was saying about business expenses?
Yeah.
Well, I'm feeling that March of Winters East Coast USA sounds like a business expense to me.
Where's that?
It says here, look, just wondering, can we get a March of Winters on the East Coast of the USA?
The East Coast is rather large.
Whereabouts? Where would you like? No, so this is the important. Okay. Where would you like to go on the East Coast of the USA?
Here's the thing: if we went over there,
yeah,
it would need to be a place that has a number of tables, with a number of battle mats and enough scenery to cover all the things.
We need a venue
because we can't.
You know what we need? We need a rep in the USA who could do the pre-recce for us. Find us a venue.
Yeah.
With the rights, with terrain.
So Element Games in Manchester, we don't have to take anything there.
No.
But actually for the narrative event that we're doing, we are going to be taking...
Yeah,
we're not talking about that yet.
A little bit.
We haven't announced it yet. Don't talk about the narrative event, which is coming at the end of September yet. We've got March of Winters to get through, and I'm going to announce it sometime at the end of the month, beginning of March anyway.
Once he's written the pack.
I did write the pack.
What did you do with the pack, Winters?
I lost the pack.
No, where did you leave it?
At Element Games in Manchester. It might have been the only copy.
Oh no.
I did leave it
there.
I brought it up to show you at King in the North, and then we already talked about the drinks that you were giving me, and I was playing Heresy, and I may have got a little drunk, and I may have lost the thing, and it was the only thing I've written. And I spent hours writing that. I put a whole thing aside, about like 6 hours. I remember locking myself in the room, pen and paper in my hand, thinking,
9 words
building and building and building it all together and discarding things and throwing stuff. I was like a mad genius in there until finally I saw the light and like, this could work. This is beautiful.
Song in the world.
And I brought it up to show you, and you got me drunk, so I blame you.
You had 2 drinks.
Yeah, I don't drink that much.
No. And it was very blue.
No, you gave me 2 drinks, but also there was a couple of other drinks that other people may have got me from time to time, and I may have got myself one when I walked in there at the beginning to take the edge off. But apart from that, what have the Romans ever done for us? Anyway, to do the American thing, we can't take loads of stuff there. No. We need someone in America to recce a thing that's got a place where we could go and see some pictures and talk to a thing, and then I'm up for a trip to America. The only downside of going to America, though, is going through security.
Well,
it takes like 3 days.
That's
if
fine.
you haven't been to America for the E thing, once they've got you in the system.
Right,
it's
I've
fine,
never been, so
it'll take you forever.
I'm just looking if anybody's offering to find us a venue that could host us. GT amount of tables awaiting Winters in the West Coast.
Bazooka Games in Westminster MD has enough tables. It's like Warhammer World USA.
Where's MD? Massachusetts. No.
MD?
Ministry of Defence? Westminster. Well, that's near here.
Amount of table awaits Winters in the West Coast. We have contacts.
Sorry, Maryland. There we go. Maryland.
North Carolina has a huge siege.
I need to look on my phone where Maryland is.
Is
that where the cookies come from?
Maryland cookies are epic. Do you like the double chocolate ones or the chocolate chip ones?
Both.
Or the chocolate and hazelnut ones?
Have you had the ones with the marshmallows in? They were really good.
I tried the ones with the marshmallows in as well. They're really nice. Actually, Maryland cookies are like S tier. They are up there, yo.
They are, definitely. They're good for dunking as well because they stay together, don't they?
Dude, they are.
So Maryland is New Jersey side. Is it that one? Is it like New York side of the world, that bit?
We said it's up there. Yeah.
Where did they say it was?
It would
Maryland,
also need to be
Buffalo.
in a place. Canadian land. It would also need to be... Buffalo has Josh Allen. And they invented buffalo wings. Yeah, it would need to be in a place where other people could get to it quite reliably.
Yeah, it wants to be central and easily
Yeah.
We need to build. Yeah.
We could do that in 2026. Because we were thinking like King of the North is going to happen in the beginning of the year. We weren't going to do a March of Winters 3 next year after the thing. We're not going to do it in the middle. We're going to do it the next year because we're going to do a narrative event next year after this year as well.
Yeah.
So sometime in the middle we'd need to do a thing with the thing. But it's a thing that could possibly happen. Maybe.
I've just realized on the camera that looked like I was doing a little Hail Mary. I wasn't. Somebody said it's East Coast, and I was going never eat shredded wheat, so that I knew which side was east and west. So.
And it would look backwards on the camera.
It would, and so it's even more complicated. Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that would be northeast. That's the thing about America. It's spread.
Huge.
It's a rather large place. They have 4 time zones.
Road trip. We could do 3 days, 3 venues across.
Do you know once in 1997?
Yeah.
One of my friends won a fly drive with Virgin Atlantic on the back of a Snickers bar.
Right. So what's a fly drive?
So he's one of these guys that, you see those things on the back of crisp packets, the back of things.
Yeah, it says that like you can win whatever, yeah.
So his hobby was filling them in.
Right.
And he filled them in all the time. Mm. And he got in contact with me and said, I've won a fly drive. I was like, well, what is a fly drive? He said, I've won 2 tickets and car hire to anywhere in the world that Virgin go.
What?
Do you want to come?
Wow.
And I said yes.
That sounds cool.
So we went to LA and we hired a car. LA. California.
Right, okay.
Los Angeles. That place that's...
LA.
Oh, my sex is on fire. You know, the place that burned down.
You can get cream for that, mate.
Yeah. We went there and we spent 3 weeks driving around California.
Awesome.
We went all the way up Highway 1. We went over the thing. We went to the valleys.
I could surf in a place that's like
Death Valley,
warm enough to surf rather than
Vegas,
scabby wetsuit, dry suit UK.
It was amazing. And I handed the car in a day late and got told off and overcharged by nearly... so the whole thing, you had to put the deposit down.
Right.
And then lost the deposit.
Lost the deposit for it being a day late.
$500.
Which was like all the money in 97.
Yeah, I didn't have that much money. But that was amazing back then. I really enjoyed that. But I wouldn't want to go now because it's all burnt down. But,
right.
Yeah, that was my one and only trip to America land. I remember the portions being very, very big.
Too soon winters.
What?
Yeah. Stop talking about burning down the place. They don't appreciate it. It's still on fire, mate.
Is it still on fire?
Well, I don't know, but it's definitely not very long gone out. So
I'm very sorry to hear that your country is on fire. I'm sorry. Moving on.
There you go.
Australia is on fire all the time, and I take the piss out of the Australians for it being on fire all the time. Yes. Or drowning. And I was taking the piss out of the Australians when it was on fire, and because they're Australians, they were like,
yeah, whatever, mate. Fuck it.
They quite enjoyed it. But, the Americans, it's just Americans, isn't
it? I'm glad this isn't my live stream.
I'm trying to appeal to my audience by taking the piss out of them, and this isn't working, is it? Move on. We can edit that bit out.
We'll snip that bit.
Edit that bit.
Trim it.
With the thing about... Anyway, that was my... Have you ever been to America, Land?
No, never been to America.
No?
Done Europe. Done a little bit of Northern Africa bits. Yeah. Done Tunisia and things. And... Yeah, no. Yeah. I do a lot of holiday in the UK.
Yeah.
I like value for money. I would rather go 6-7 times a year and just go, like, kite surfing at Anglesey or something, or go mountain biking in Scotland, rather than, I don't know, £3,500 of flights to Australia.
I have never been to Scotland.
Scotland's really beautiful. I like Scotland a lot.
To get there.
You have to do outdoorsy stuff if you go. I mean, there's a couple of cities, but like the really amazing stuff is the middle of nowhere stuff.
The problem with going through Scotland is you've got to drive through the north of England.
Yeah, but it's really quick. You can just go straight up the M6.
My car is not bulletproof, so I don't know if I'll make it through the middle of England.
You'll be fine.
It's just, but you've got to go through...
Scotland's fabulous.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Highlander. I know it looks really nice. And I want to go there. And haggis is sheep stomach stuff with meat and barley. I'd like to try some haggis. But going through the north of England as a southerner...
Yeah.
Does
it worry you?
It just... when you're driving to Element Games, I'm aware of the red dots every now and then. Like... ducking like that because it's dodgy where you are, mate.
It's dodgy down here, mate.
It's dodgy where you are. Fly Fly to Scotland?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, my jump pack has run out of fuel though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keep meaning to go there. I will go to Scotland at
Sounds
some
like
point.
we need a fundraising for
In my
Scotland.
I just nice to drive on those. See, that's the thing about flying. I want to
you want to
highland roads and see some
train.
stuff.
So a few years
train
ago,
in the UK.
So I went up on the went all the way up to the top side of Inverness on the train, and it's amazing because you actually get to go through the mountains and look at stuff as opposed to clinging onto your steering wheel for dear life as you drive through.
How fast do you drive?
Well, it's just really, really steep, narrow, twisty roads everywhere. I mean, there's like
beautiful.
2 roads. Yeah. It is really nice.
It's like driving around Wales. So I've done the Wales, and that's like 2 lanes and really narrow and really steep.
Yeah.
And because there's just mountains and like North Wales in particular, right? There's no roads.
No.
Because there's mountains.
There's hills in the way.
So
the roads go round the hills.
So the Welsh drivers know those roads like the back of their hands.
Fly down them.
And they are hooning down there.
Yeah.
But and then they put speed cameras all over the place up in North Wales. So they're hooning really quick for about half a mile.
And then they slow down.
And then they slow down. And you're like, why is that car suddenly braking from 80 miles an hour? And then go slowly around the corner. And then boom, again like that. They just, they're absolutely barney, the Welsh drivers. Love it. Yeah, North Wales is nice.
No, North Wales is good. Go and sleep on top of a mountain somewhere or something.
Yeah, I used to, when I was a teenager, one of my things was going up there with some friends, and we used to go there a couple times a year, every year, climbing all over the things.
Nice.
And camping on a mountain next to the things. And
very much my thing. I like that. Like me some outdoors.
Yeah, I don't get out much these
days.
Good
for the soul.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you leave your phone behind.
Ooh.
I know, right? You'll have withdrawal. You sat there like, where's my phone? Yeah.
If I don't get at least 7 hours of doom scrolling in a day, I don't feel fulfilled.
No, I'm good. I'll go play in the sea. Climb a mountain.
So, based on that, Winters is coming to Scotland soon then?
It sounds like he is.
Apparently so. And America, come to Scotland, Winters. I would love to come to Scotland. I haven't been.
Meet all 7 of the Warhammer
players.
The
problem is getting through the north of England. Seriously, it's a dodgy. I mean, there are people here and in the
We're
chat
in the way.
Who live in the north of England, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's mind you, I do live in Swindon.
Watch out for these southern people, yeah.
And that's the reason why I don't get out very much, because
you live in Swindon.
But you could get stabbed, literally, if you walk. For I live in a nice bit, but 2 streets over, you could get stabbed to death.
I think the problem, you get stabbed to death anywhere.
Hey. But... At least it isn't on fire, though. Ha, 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 ha. That was a joke.
Shut up.
There's a bit.
You get a ha-ha.
Like what?
Oh, we got a lol. There you go.
Lol, see?
Post yourself. There you go. You could post yourself, Winters. Put yourself in a box.
Would that work?
Put yourself... The hobo. Is the hobo... we were trying to work this out. Is it Mortarian?
York is the... Yes, York is the best city in England.
York
I hear a
nice.
lot of things about York.
York is nice.
I've got a mate of mine, Grey Knight SEO. Guess what he plays?
Where he plays or what he plays?
What he plays.
I'm going to guess he plays Grey Knights.
Yeah. He goes to like York once a year, every year, no matter what.
Yeah. York's nice.
It's a thing that he does with his girlfriend.
There's a fudge kitchen. There's a fudge kitchen in York that make wicked fudge. Really, really good fudge.
Who doesn't like some fudge? Come to New Orleans and take a swamp tour. Definitely not a gator. Thank you for your donation. New Orleans. You know, look, on like the bucket list of things that of cities, not places,
New Orleans
but cities where I want to go.
Yeah.
Tokyo is one of them.
Yeah.
I really want to see Tokyo because apparently it's like going to the future. And New Orleans I really want to go to New Orleans at some point. I'd love to come to New Orleans at some point.
New Orleans would be
Again, money. If anyone wants to become a channel member and help support my global ambitions,
I spotted it.
Or donate anywhere. That'd be great. Spotted what?
That it's definitely come for dinner. It's definitely not a gator. He's definitely not feeding us alligators.
Yeah. It's a great handle.
It's a good name, isn't it?
It's a great handle.
What was that? I saw something about Emperor's Children. Winters, did you get your Emperor's Children army all funded? And well, it can't be funded yet because it's not all out and we don't know how much it all is.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone who contributed for last Talkie Tuesday's live stream for the Fund the Emperor's Children live stream. Thank you. I have...
Funds ready
for a project that I may or may not be able to talk about yet.
Yes.
Thank you. More fun's always welcome.
Yeah.
You get the Emperor's Children box yet. If I had the Emperor's Children box, I would not be able to confirm or deny that
no
as per the Games Workshop NDA.
No release information. Definitely not shown it.
I definitely not shown it to anyone as per the Games Workshop NDA.
Yeah, 100%. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
Come to Cape Cod.
I have no idea where that is.
I'm going to guess it's near a fish.
Yeah. I'm not a fish fan. Do you like fish?
I love fish.
Fish and chips I'll have.
Fish and chips is probably one of my least favourite meals to do with fish.
You know the problem with fish and chips?
It's got...
Tastes fishy.
Yeah. No, I like fish. That's the only good bit.
What, like a lemon pepper fish thing?
Yeah, that'd be
like
good.
Raw fish. Normal fish.
I can eat lemon pepper raw
I don't
fish.
know. Some sort of steak.
Lemon sole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you eat fish that's not in batter?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
But what about
Oh,
the fish
mate,
taste?
you know, next time you come up to Nottingham, when we go... Oh, in fact, when you come up and we play at mine, we'll go to Sushi Mania.
I'm coming to yours.
You're coming soon, because
Am
we
I?
said we're going to do that Apocalypse game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we'll go to Sushi Mania, because Sam likes Sushi Mania as well. And you can also be grossed out by all the raw fish that I'll eat.
I am a food person.
Cool.
I'm really food motivated.
The nice thing, the food, they do a nice collection. It's not just, here, have a plate of raw fish. There's loads of interesting stuff. Even Sam can find something to eat.
All sorts of food. I'm so food motivated.
Yeah.
Except fish.
That's cool. They do other stuff. They do, like, chickens and
Brussels sprouts.
Dogs.
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I like Brussels sprouts. There's really not many things I don't like. I'm not good with tin tuna. I don't like tin tuna and tin salmon. I like tuna and I like salmon, but I don't like tin tuna and tin salmon. They're a bit meh.
Who's Tim?
Tinned.
How about the new Mechanicum heavy support box?
Is that a Heresy thing?
I cannot talk about anything that I may or may not have as per the NDA until the NDA is NDA'd.
We can talk about that one, can't we?
Well, we can talk about what one?
That one.
That's out, yeah. That's Blood Bowl.
Look what we're making him play. We're making him play.
You're not
Where's
making me play the thing. No. I'm already playing the thing. I've started a Blood Bowl league.
Blood Bowl!
With Alex is there. We're doing the thing.
I may have talked
Hugo!
to Alex. Is that
Here
horse?
is a helping hand. Hugo, thank you for your donation. Massive GGs in the chat all round for the helping hand from Hugo. That is a very generous donation.
That is a very generous donation.
Thank you very much, Hugo. With stuff like this, it'll help me towards collections and also maybe getting to America at some point, or Cape Cod, or Scotland.
Sweden there? What's that
Sweden.
one? Otto.
That's another one.
Food
Iceland.
I like
to go to Iceland.
Yeah, definitely.
I really want to get to Iceland as well, preferably in the summertime, because in the wintertime it's dark and rain and things like that. But I'd love to go to Iceland because the roads there, again, when it's not on fire, because that village was on fire. Do you remember?
Was that the volcano you were on?
Yeah. That's another country that
Everything
was on
keeps
fire.
catching fire.
See, England, we're sinking.
Oh, no, the worst thing we keep doing is leaving little pot barbecues on the top of the moors and everybody catches fire, don't they?
For a bit, and then it rains and then it goes
We're
out.
all right, yeah.
See, other countries burn or volcanoes
we
explode.
Just sink into the mush.
But Iceland is another one. So thank you for your helping hand. Absolute legend. Hugo, love you very much. Are there any Night Lord books in the Heresy?
Yes.
I mean, the best one is Prince of Crows, which is a short story. It's about 4 to 5 hours long, and it basically talks about the dissolution from Legion to non-Legion that they become.
I'm trying to think what there was some in the Heresy
Pharos
book.
is another big Night Lord's book.
Oh, that's a really good series. That whole little collection of Dantioch and on the Pharos, and that scout squad, isn't there? There's the scout squad down on the planet doing the things, and then the Night Lords skinning everybody, and everybody's freaking out, and that's a really good one. And because they revisit that Pharos in the 40k book with Belisarius Cawl, don't they? Which I really enjoyed that little three pack of books.
Well, it's like Pythos in Damnation of Pythos. They go back to that with Drago.
They
and,
do, yes.
Dante fighting back to back.
Yeah.
And it's called Damnation of Pythos. I forget where that one is, but they go back to that one. The best Night Lord's book for Heresy, though, is Kerr's The Primarch's novel, Blood Buffalo. Thank you for your donation. Thank you so much. Says America, but can't say lieutenant. I'm not allowed to say lieutenant. Sultan will give me a shoey. I'm reading Pandorax. That's it. Pandorax, because you've got Damnation of Pyrax, which is set in the Pandorax system.
Pandorax?
That's the 40K
in my head,
book.
Pandorax is the one from Avatar.
See,
that's
the thing,
Pandora.
It's the Pandorax system, and the planet is called Pythos. The interesting thing is Damnation of Pythos is one of the worst heresy books. Would not recommend. But Pandorax, the 40K book, is a good standalone novel, and I would recommend it. Cool. It's got a bit where Dante and Drago are fighting back to back. Nice. I mean, I don't care.
Hero moment.
It's just
proper hero moment.
And they hate each other as well, by the way. It's great. Like you're a bitch. You're a bitch. It's like there's a lot of testosterone in the room. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a what was the other ones in that series? There was, where were we going on? Oh my brain.
Phobos armor.
No, don't start again. Confusing my old brain. No, it's gone. What
is the average speed of average air velocity of an unladen swallow?
Is that an African swallow or
African or European?
Yeah.
What is your favourite colour? I'm Tim the Enchanter. The short story of Sevatar in the Dark Angels book is amazing.
Yeah, that is a good one.
There's also a really good short story, Sevatar in... Damn it, I think it's called... I forget the short story, but it's when he's been caught by the Ultramarines. I want to spoil it. There's a nice short story where he's caught by the Ultramarines, and there's this psyker talking to him.
Yeah.
And then the Ultramarines find out, or the Navis Nobilites, the astropaths, find out that this girl psycho's been talking to him.
Right.
So they break her legs and cripple her.
Excellent.
So she can't get out and can't talk to him.
Is this a heresy one?
Yeah. It's a short story. So he escapes being Sevatar, and you think, oh, that's it. He's out now. He's doing... No. He escapes to fight his way all the way through.
Yeah.
Kill all the people that broke her legs, and then just waits to be caught again.
Excellent.
And at the end, he's like, I am wrath. I am judgment. I am Batman. He's got that full thing, because that's what the Night Lords were meant to be. They were
meant to be Batman.
Judges. They were judges.
Billionaire trust fund.
Each of the Primarchs had a purpose, had a cause, had a reason, had a thing.
Yeah.
And Kurz was the judge, and the Night Lords were the enforcers. They were the police. They were the enforcers of the law. I am the law. It's not the Ultramarines, it's the Dark Angels. Did Winters just bark? Probably.
Yeah, I think he's doing Monty Python impressions.
Yes.
Yeah.
With very sharp, nasty, pointy teeth. One rabbit stew coming right up. Dear. How long have we been banging on? Over an hour?
It is 9:30.
9:30.
9:30.
9:30 with me, your host, Winters SEO, on this Talkie Tuesday.
With me, a really special guest.
A very special guest. James from marchofwar.co.uk. Thank you to everyone who has booked tickets for March of Winters 3 on June.
That was what you asked me
14th,
to do.
At Element Games in Manchester. I think we've sold out all the tickets.
We keep
about
selling it
4
out,
times.
And then it keeps unselling out. But I think we are down to the last.
Because annoyingly, someone put the date on Father's Day.
It's not. It's the day before Father's Day.
And when the school people go off on holidays.
And when Jackus Wood's getting married.
So people buy the tickets and then get told off by their wives and have to sell the tickets.
There is one ticket left.
There's one ticket left.
One ticket left.
And we are not talking about the narrative event at the end of September until I actually rewrite the thing that I need to rewrite the thing.
Get your magical pack written out.
Yes. But if you want to come along to March of Winters, there's a ticket left, and get touched by tentacles and heard a squig.
Blue dice?
Blue dice are in production. Now, Q Workshop. Last time they made the dice, I've had dice from them a couple of times and from other sources. I've had dice from them 3 times, back in the DZ days and back in the Winters. On 2 occasions, I got the dice within a couple of months. They say up to 2 months.
Yeah.
On 1 occasion, it took them 6 months. And that's when I stopped. And then the last time at DZ, we went to China, and that was awful. So I went back to Q Workshop for the red dice and for these dice. And the last time, and that was 2 months. So it was 2 months and then 6 months. So I went away and then went back to them. So it could be anywhere from 2 to 6 months
We'll see.
On how busy they are. Q Workshop are a bit like you. There's like three of them.
They're nice. I've used Q. They're good guys.
3 of them in a house somewhere with a bunch of laser cutters doing the thing. So it's not like a massive... Because the one in the UK that I used, OG back in the day, they screwed me over so much. But Q Workshop, they're nice and you can chat to them. And Jackers Woods, thank you for your 22 months. Pearl dice. No, they are blue. You can have any colour as long as it's blue. Because I asked the guys what colour, and there was a whole thing. We did a live stream on it, and blue was the overriding colour because everyone loves Ultramarines.
And the 13th.
And the 13th.
Which are definitely Ultramarines.
They're not the Ultramarines.
They are.
They're better than.
They're almost Ultramarines. They wish they were Ultramarines.
What?
They just dress like Ultramarines.
Ultramarines wish they were us, bro.
Maybe.
Ultramarines, they wish they were us. That's part of the lore of the 13th, the blue and the white helmets.
I remember.
Is from...
I just like winding you up.
Because we're from many different chapters.
Yeah.
But after the 13th founding, when most of the Space Marines of the 13th founding were wiped out, all that was left over were veterans. And most veterans, Ultramarine veterans, white helmets.
Yeah.
So they did that to show that, but the camo is a sign of some of the different colours that were once worn on that armour. So a few thousand years ago, they would have had different patches, different armours, different stuff. But they had to become more uniform over time because you do. Because as a fighting force, you need to... Orange, not turquoise, and blue.
How about the 14th Guard?
How are the 14th Guard coming along? So the Guard have rolled into the Traitor Guard, and they're basically becoming, because Den of Imagination did all those sculpts and painted all the really things nice with the Ogren and the things, and I got some tanks. So they're sort of rolling into... So the Guard project that I had for the 13th Militarum was a project that I've had since I started YouTube, and I've been talking about since I started YouTube. Because back then, I was going to expand it into Guard and add the 13th Militarum.
Yeah.
But then But then the Mechanicum came out, and I love Mechanicum. They're my favourite lore faction. And then I started YouTube. And then that's 2 jobs. So YouTube and the other job. And then I started expanding. So it's one of those ideas that never blossomed.
Yeah.
So it's grown.
Somewhere you've probably got loads of boxes of Lehman Russes and stuff waiting to
Not as many as say Hypal.
Not as many as say Hypal.
He's got about 1 billion.
He's got so many toys.
It's crazy. But so I've got a collection, which I fielded a couple of times, and I'm looking forward to fielding again. I do like the Astra Militarum. Yeah.
I'm quite excited by the new Krieg stuff, because I do like me some Krieg. I don't know if you'd noticed.
You like tanks and militia and things. Yeah.
I'm wondering how much of my militia I could run in 40k.
Quite a bit.
Because I've got the 100mm base guns, which are the Thunderfire cannons in Heresy.
You couldn't do the Lehman Russ because they were sponsoons.
Do they have to have sponsons?
They don't have to have sponsons, but why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Yes, but what's really annoying is I've just finished ripping all my sponsons off and sticking stowage over the damaged bits.
The mortars you could do.
Yeah.
You've got Ogren, you could do that.
Ogrens. I can do
all the infantry,
the riders, the horses.
Infantry today, you've got horses. That's an army. You've got enough to do a couple of looks.
It's only like 10,000-15,000 points. It'd be fine. How can that possibly make an army? I wonder how much it is.
I mean, tanks are fine, but robots. I mean, I like robots. I do like my robots.
What about if next time I come down, I bring the militia and we play a game of Heresy on the first day, and then we could play a game of 40k using my militia on the second day, but run them as Krieg. You've got is there a Krieg book? Have you got a Krieg book?
I've got a Krieg book around here somewhere.
We can make that work. I'll learn how to do it and everything.
Is this a Krieg book? I've got a Krieg book somewhere. Yes, I could teach you. I mean,
I can play Warhammer. I've played Warhammer long enough to know how to play Warhammer. I'm not going to get the weird intricacies of it because I've literally played
you've dabbled a couple of games.
I've had a couple of games.
A couple of games a year, every year is all you need.
Yeah, I understand how Warhammer works. It's fine.
What you need is some dice and some miniatures.
I need some blue dice.
You need some blue dice. They're coming.
They are.
They're coming. Weasel, thank you for the 22 months. Weasel's from Switzerland, you know. He once got on a plane, flew all the way over here, played me, flew all the way back again, and that was that.
No messing.
No messing.
Did you get out of bed for him?
I did.
Yeah, you see. You won't get out of bed for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like my militia. I like my militia too.
It is amazing. Keep expanding it, he says. How many points have you got?
I don't know. We added it up about 15k, but the problem is 15k militia's a lot.
He doesn't need to expand.
The problem is I want to, but what do you do with it all? There's so much of it. I needed engineers. I need the ones with the shovels.
Table.
No, it doesn't. Not even vaguely.
I had to
even
allow
at 3k, it didn't fit on the table.
On 3k, I had to allow you to do scout moves
and
outside
then
of your deployment time, so you could fit it all on the table.
But that was just because that was just the troop section.
And artillery.
Yes, but I haven't done... That didn't have any of the tanks in it. And then the next time we did just the tanks. And there was quite a lot of tanks, to be honest.
Double tables, please. I can't fit a double table in there.
He's coming to my house to play, and we can play on my 10-footer.
It is a 10-foot by thingy bob, but what's the lighting like?
It'll be great. I'll put some lights up.
Imagine filming a 10,000... It's gonna...
4-player, me and Alex and you and Sam.
I'd rather
2v2.
I'd rather not film it and just get drunk, mate.
Well, we could still get... We could live stream it! We could live stream a whole day of Warhammer.
You need about 6 cameras and things.
Oh, well, I've got a couple of webcams. I've got a couple of good webcams.
Live stream a whole day of Warhammer.
That'd be amazing.
With us stumbling around the board.
That'd be so funny.
It's going to be the worst YouTube ever.
No, it won't. We'll put it on mine if you don't want to put it on yours. I bet you we can get some views.
I need a loft.
You need a loft.
I'm not allowed to talk about a loft.
No, we're not. We've been in trouble for talking
you
about
asked.
I asked and I got shut down.
And she was like, no. He's not supposed to share his dreams with the wider world. And I'm like, have you not...
Just put your toys in the garage.
It's YouTube.
Put your toys in the garage.
I've been sharing my dreams with the wider world for the last decade now, and it seems to be fine.
It seems mad that it's been a decade.
10, man. 10 years.
Wow.
Last year was 10 years. So August the 19th is the birthday.
Have you got it written on the calendar?
Actually. I'm going to do it now because I'll forget.
Yeah.
B-Day.
First rule of Loft Club is don't talk about Loft Club. Yeah.
Ah, dear. First rule. Yes. So, at that point, we've been going on for nearly an hour and a half. You need to go back and get some food.
I do need to go and collapse.
I set up the table for tomorrow.
Yeah, we're ready. My army's set out. We wrote a list. I haven't even
written a list yet. I don't know what the time is. Well, so it's 9:30. 9:30. So I need to...
Nearly bedtime.
I need to shit, shower and shave. Did I say that out loud? I need to have a lovely shower.
Void your bowels. While shaving your bottom.
Turn on. And then bleach it. And then have a bleached ring. And then... did I say that out loud? And then... do you bleach your bottom?
No.
No? Why not?
I can't see it, so I don't care.
Yeah, but what about when other people see it?
Nobody wants to see it. It's fine. My bottom can stay firmly in my bottom.
I bet there's some people out there that'd love to see your bottom.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans account, the worst bottom in the world. OnlyFans.
I remember this conversation to this what's it coming apart with Paul's hot tub.
Right.
were you around for that? Yes.
Yes.
Say hi, Paul's hot tub
no
party. No, it was not an OnlyFans page that anyone was going to want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like loads of sweaty nerds at Paul's house trying not to do all of the hot tub. Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed in. He wouldn't let us use it.
No.
Because it's his hot tub and it's clean.
Mm.
You alright?
Do you have a clean bottom?
I do have a clean bottom.
How do you clean your bottom?
Like a polisher.
Yeah.
No.
I put a little bit of tuna there and let the cat
go.
Gets right in there, cleans the wing. Anyway, on that bombshell.
Oh, dear.
Thanks for listening to this Talkie Tuesday live stream.
The Eye of Terror. Definitely.
I've got to do the things, and then I've got a thing, and then I've got to switch off brain for a bit, and then you're coming round at what time?
I'm going to be here at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
No, you're not going to be here at 7:30. We spoke about this. I don't.
7:45. 8 o'clock.
Emperor, hold me down. before I murder this man.
I wonder if I can get a lie in tomorrow then. If I've not, you want me here for 9:30?
Have you got the breakfast? Did you get the breakfast?
Yeah,
or
probably.
Did you just pay for the hotel?
I probably did the breakfast.
You know the breakfast over that place is shite.
It's not amazing, is it?
It is bad.
It's
the
not the
one
best.
Element Games.
The Element Games one's okay.
That's okay,
it's not,
but
not
that
spectacular.
One,
but
there's a few people here who've used that when they've stayed here, and they're like, "This is."
There's a McDonald's not far away. I think a McDonald's breakfast for a £5 is better than the all-you-can-eat breakfast there for £11. Yeah, but it's a business expense, so it's fine.
Okay, so yes, and then you'll be round, and then we do the thing.
9:30. I'll be stood at your door like that.
Basically,
ready.
I'm gonna wake up at 8.
45.
I mean, the cat, though, you see, like he's screaming his head off at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then 7 o'clock in the morning, he's got a bit dementia, and he started shouting. And she told you about that as well.
Yeah, she did.
He's shouting.
Live stream of game. That's somebody's Heresy squad is asking about live stream of game. I think we ought to do it. You know what would make a really good live stream game?
What?
Blood Bowl.
I'm doing the Blood Bowl.
I know you are, but I think that'd make a nice live stream. I think because you can play it even with distractions. You can play a game in an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Only if you know what you're doing.
But Alex is wicked hot on it. He's so up on his rules.
Yeah.
And I reckon that'd make. I think people would want to see that. I think just you and Alex set the live stream up, set a cam up, just chilling, chatting. Are you allowed to drink on live stream? Can you have a couple of beers?
You can do whatever.
You can do whatever, can you?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so you could have a couple of beers and you could play a bit of Blood Bowl. I think Blood Bowl would make a nice, chill live stream.
Yeah.
Blood Bowl, please. Jackus Wood said Blood Bowl, please.
Yeah, but he's French. What does he know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So on that bombshell.
Yeah,
I've been Winters.
I've been James.
And you've been...
Here.
Wonderful.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your love, your support, your comments, your suggestions. Sorry if I offended any Americans, Northerners, people from Scotland, Australia, most people in Swindon, anyone who says Lieutenant.
Space Hulk.
What?
Somebody's saying we ought to play Space Hulk.
I
Lewis
love
Adams.
Space Hulk, man.
You see, that's another one. Why don't
release?
You could do that and Blackstone Fortress. I'm sidetracking his exit strategy again. You could do Blackstone Fortress of an evening.
Space Hulk is... See, the thing about Blood Bowl is there's so many little weird interactions.
Yeah.
That if you're doing it, you have to explain this, I have to explain this, I have to explain... You don't have to. You could just say, this is happening. And then people who understand Blood Bowl will get it. But the 90% of the audience who don't understand Blood Bowl will have no idea what you're talking about. But Space Hulk doesn't have all those interactions. So you can just go dunk, 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 dunk.
But Blood Bowl, although it has a lot of weird rules, it also has a fairly solid core of not weird rules. Like, once you get used to the fact that those 6 or 8 interactions are just interactions, you're not having to look them up each time, it's not bad to play. Yes, when you start finding the weird character with the peculiar rule, it does.
But if you're new to the game...
But I think...
So that's the thing.
But that's the point. You're meant to be taking the hit for everyone else and finding out how these rules work. Because then when you say, this is how it works, they can all yell at you and tell you did it wrong.
I don't like watching reports or live streams or things, which is just... and we're doing this.
I think this isn't meant to be a report.
And we're doing
this. It's meant to be a chill game of playing the what's it. And you could talk... Like, still have a category.
It's about... showing people the why this is happening and how this is happening. It's not this happened, but why did it happen? How did it happen? What, the where's, the how's, the who's. Those are the story moments. Those are the bits that bind it together, and those are the bits that make Winters SEO the greatest battle report channel in the world.
Definitely.
And all those other guys are just they're not even in my dust. I'm past the finish line when the gun is still firing, mainly because I shot a couple of them down. That's the whys and the wheres and the who's, but it's the dung, and then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. It's not the kind of thing that I turn on for, and I don't think it's the kind of thing that most people in the chat turn on for either. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong? And I'm also tried to say goodbye 3 nights in a row.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to ambush you.
Someone
said they'd print you a Space Hulk board. There you go.
Dude, I love the Space Hulk, man. And that's one that you can film because it's got so few interactions. It is this and this. The story flows a lot easier.
It does, and it really does.
Like, what was the other one? It's like Blackstone Fortress.
Blackstone Fortress
we painted, so behind the scenes, you didn't know. So, but there's a chunk of us guys, DZ guys back in the day, we all painted the Blackstone Fortress up together. And Mikey P did some, and Sultan did some, and AP Byrne did some, and Stylist did some, and we got the set together, and Chewy and Dark Angels Chris, and we were going to do a Blackstone Fortress series.
Yeah.
And I sold them on, you guys paint the thing, I'll set it up, I got the thing, we'll do it. And
never did it.
Never did it because it's looking at the rules, looking at the interactions, looking at the stuff, and it's a really hard one to film well, or film in my style.
Yeah.
Like I did the Necromunda one, that's okay.
Necromunda's just board. It's a board game. It's a tabletop playing game. Yeah.
Role playing game.
Exactly.
So I could do that in my style. But
whereas
Blackstone Fortress
is an out and out board game.
Intended to bring that to life.
Yeah.
But I didn't. In the end of the day, I didn't think I could do it justice.
Right.
I didn't think I could make the kind of content. So, and it was breaking my brain a little bit. And Blood Bowl, I know I could sort of ish do it, sort of ish.
I think you could do it,
but I'm not there yet. So what I'll say to you is,
I think the nice thing if you did it as a live stream, it has to have a different feeling than if it was a battle report. That's the nice thing. It could be just like this. We could literally have the thing and be talking shit and laughing and joking and...
Servo Skulls just dropped a donation without anything.
Excellent.
He's just, thank you for your donation, Servo Skull. I really appreciate it. No comment, no nothing. Just throwing money at me.
Love it.
It's the way to keep me on.
Yeah.
Either keep interrupting me and saying, no, we're doing Blood Bowl, or just throw, that's
Blood Bowl.
See, the Blood Bowl, I think, look, did you ever play Blood Bowl first edition?
I played all of them, yeah.
Okay, so the first
Blood
Bowl
so simple.
I ever played was Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out, and it was...
With the very, like, the orcs with that pose.
It was orcs versus humans, and that was it. And elves didn't come out for like 2 years or something.
They only got metal teams as well, didn't they? Yeah.
And then I did 3rd edition, and then so I've done a few. So I've got back into it again recently. Blood Bowl is one of those that I keep falling back into. It's been a gap of about 12 years now, but I've fallen back into it again because it is very, very Moorish.
It's just nice to chill and play as well. And
so what I'm saying is, once I'm in it.
This is the thing. If you guys have got a handful of games under your belt,
once I've got my stride going, I'm never saying that it might happen.
Maybe
it might happen, like a trip to Scotland or
a trip to
America, East Coast. Or there's lots of mites. Could you imagine
termites
over there, America?
You in America?
Yeah,
they'd ban you, mate.
It wouldn't go well, would it? There would be.
There's a microphone right between me and the comments section. I have to keep sort of like looking around it to see what people are saying.
You're supposed to strip You're supposed to strip when people throw money at you.
Seen it in this club this one time.
Take your clothes off.
No.
You could show people your bum.
No, I don't want to. It's mine.
But we talked about it.
We talked about my bum.
Yeah, your bum.
Yeah, my
on stream.
Bum.
Before Annie was asking me, is there anything off topic? And I went, well, apart from politics, you're good.
Yeah, definitely dodge politics and countries catching fire.
Is that politics? That's current affairs.
Current affairs.
Things
but
catching
kind of
fire.
Tragic current affairs.
It is a tragedy. And we're not supposed to take the mick out of people who are having tragic current affairs. And I apologise to any Americans who are affected by the absolute devastation in America for the things and the current affairs. There you go. I think that covers it all.
He's done a thing.
But I've already said I'd edit the thing out.
Yeah, I know you would, but we'll snip that later.
Yeah, okay. You need to work on the pimp skills. So when is the Space Hulk live stream? Oh dear.
Yeah, I think that's a thing.
I think that's a thing.
He's reaching for his.
I'm reaching for the things.
Contraptions.
Right. Do you want to do the outro? Because
no,
if you do the outro, then I won't have to interrupt you.
You might interrupt me though.
Why would I interrupt you? I need to.
Thank you all for.
Have you smelt this? I really need to shit, shower, and shave. It's stinking in here.
It smells like shit.
Is that you?
Down he goes.
Oh dear. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular live stream.
Yes.
Thank you for your supports and things.
Lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Did you enjoy this?
I did.
Yeah.
I will be genuine. It took a bit of convincing to get me to come, didn't it? Because I was going to just go back and watch crap in my hotel room.
It's like, what are you going to do late at night? You're going to go and sit in your hotel room and watch YouTube, or you can come and talk to my.
I could have gone back to the hotel room and I could have watched you live stream.
You could talk to my lovely community.
I can, and it was really nice. I've actually really enjoyed it.
Comments.
Yeah, like you said, it is actually a lot of fun being on this side.
It's good fun.
Yeah,
it is good fun talking to these guys this side of the thing. Yeah.
Evening, lads. Is that somebody's just arrived?
We're going. Look, he's up there. Eternal Crusader. That's a thing.
Just Craig. Hello, Craig. Bye bye.
Right. So
he's doing it. He's reaching for his button.
Pressing the buttons.
He's line up the buttons.
In the old day, it was just one. Now
you got to do 6 at once. Bye, guys.
Bye. Keep waving. I've
got to keep going.